Welcome to the Stay Mentally Strong podcast. I'm so excited to be here today. We are going to talk about a super important subject, fatherhood, mental health, and kind of what it means to be the strong one, to have to be the strong one as the father. So we're here today with Tyson Allred. I'm just going to read a couple things about you.
Okay.
Father of 6, author of A Father's Guide for Mental Health, which I'm excited to read and is soon coming out on audio, he says.
Yeah.
Host of the podcast Dad Bods and Beards. Bods and Beards.
Yeah.
Okay. And then most recently became the team leader for the I Love You Bro men's group here in Ogden. So I'm excited to have him on here so we can put a face with the name and encourage these men that are local that they could go to these groups on Monday nights. And he'll talk more about that. But he's kind of on a mission like we are to change how we talk about men's mental health, especially for dads that are tired and need outreach and brotherhood and stuff like that. So why don't you just start by telling us about yourself, your story?
My story's long. Actually, we've been doing Dad Bods for 2.5 years, and I finally was giving... So my story involves a lot of people in my family.
Okay.
And so I got permission finally, because we're all in a really good space now.
Yeah.
To tell my story, which involves my daughter and my wife and my kids. And so... But I'll start right from the very beginning. So I grew up playing sports, and I love sports. I was excited to be my kids' coach. I was excited.
And where'd you grow up?
In Idaho.
Okay. Whereabouts?
Shelley.
Okay.
If you know where that is. Oh,
yeah,
no one knows.
I sure do. It's by Idaho Falls.
It is. I actually grew up right next to Pillsbury Plant.
Okay.
So
I was born in Idaho Falls, but
nice.
I wasn't there long, but we've
I went
there.
to Rick's.
Yeah. Okay.
So
awesome.
Yeah. And I love Idaho Falls. That's one place I could live.
Really?
I love it. I don't know. There's something about Idaho that's just it's nice. I'm actually headed to Twin Falls in just a second.
Oh.
But anyway, so I grew up, and so I was expecting all my kids to want to play sports. No.
They weren't going that path, huh?
They didn't. Like, my daughter is one of the most athletic girls. She does competitive tumbling. She's ranked in the world. She's amazing. I have people who are really good at what they do, all my kids. But none of my boys were ever into stuff like that, but they're into theater. And I'm trying to be very, very close to my kids and try to be a good dad and get that relationship. And so I'm supporting them. Yeah. One day, my son Isaac, he's like, "Dad, will you audition for a play with me?" And I'm like, "Sure." And it was Oliver. And I got it, and I was the bad guy.
No way.
Bill Sykes. And I'm
That's
just like,
awesome.
I was like, all these hundreds of people, and they give me the main character who's bad.
And you have no theater background.
None. And I guess that was really scary because the parents all came to me to make sure I wasn't going to hurt their kids and stuff. Like,
yeah.
I was like, sweet, I'm good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I ended up doing 28 shows with my son. All in all, and he's one of my best friends.
I love that. So you're kind of like, if you can't beat him, join him.
Yeah,
exactly. Or if you can't decide, hey,
he doesn't want to play
sports.
football. He wants to play. He wants to do theater. Let's do it.
Yeah, I love it.
But anyway, in Oliver, I had to grow a beard. I never grew a beard before, and I am very self-conscious. I've always been. The fat man syndrome is what I call it, where you make fun of yourself before anyone else does. Yeah. And it's not a good thing. It messes with your self-confidence and your self-esteem. And But I started growing a beard, and I absolutely just loved it. I loved how I felt. I had more confidence, and I'm allergic to a lot of things, and so I found out about beard oil, and I had to make my own. And I have several degrees, and one of them is chemistry. And I'm like, I can make beard oil. Let's figure out what it is. And I ended up making a beard oil that's actually really, really good.
Really?
Like, really good. And I started making it for me, and then my friends wanted some, and just because of this play, because I had to have a beard. And COVID hit, and my wife and I were just like, well, why don't we start a company? And so we started Copper Johns. Copper Johns is, without knowing how important mental health was for me, I knew that how a beard made me feel. And how I had more confidence walking out into the world because of my beard. And so our motto from the get-go is be proud of who you are.
I love that.
And I'm always been a proponent on cheering people on and loving people. And so I have a show called on YouTube. We have 210,000 subscribers on Copper Johns. And we always have a thing called Copper Lodge. And it's where I interview one of our customers. And we get to share their wins, and root for them and get to know who they are. And we've created a really strong niche community, and it's really, really fun.
Do you have a storefront, or is it just all
online? And then we have some stores that we're getting into and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like you can find us on Nordstrom's, eCosmetics, Walmart, Amazon, Lowe's, things like that.
Yeah.
But I had Logan on, and everyone loved Logan.
And how do you know Logan?
Logan, didn't know him.
Oh.
He was just
one of the
he's
customers.
just one of the customers.
Okay.
And him and I
See, I thought you guys had been friends for
It's
ever.
literally been 3-ish years.
They do the Dad's Bods and Beards podcast, which I've listened to, so that's the only way I knew him.
We
Just hit it off. Yeah.
It was weird to find your best friend when you're 40s.
Yeah, I love it.
I didn't know I needed something like this.
Yeah.
I didn't know that I needed a camaraderie. It's like my wife has always been the most important, as she still is.
Yeah.
But I didn't know I needed anything else.
Yeah.
I didn't know I needed a brother to confide in and talk to. And we became really, really close. And then everyone's like, dude, you guys make the funniest reels. You guys make the funniest everything. It's like, you guys need to create a podcast. I'm like, you know what? I think that sounds fun. And his father-in-law is like, oh, every white man does a middle-aged white man does a podcast. What are you guys going to call it? Dad Bods and Beards? And we're like, yep.
Yeah. That's perfect.
We have beards and we have dad bods. And so that's
awesome.
what we called it. And we didn't know what it was going to be. After 2 episodes, it got freaking serious really, really fast. To the point where Logan is bipolar. Never talked about it publicly. And he gave his story. And it was right then and there. I'm like, this is going to be something.
Yeah.
And
you weren't sure what your platform sort of was with it, and then
But then we realized how
I listened to that
important
one.
it is.
Yeah.
We realized
It
how
was crazy.
important it is. And it was one of the few episodes I didn't say a word because it was just like some things I didn't even know.
Yeah.
And it was powerful. And then I'm just like, I don't want people to feel like I felt. Like there's been times in my life where I was, really didn't want to be here anymore. I didn't want to live. I didn't want to give that burden to my wife and my kids. Like, she could do so much better. We've all, I shouldn't say we all, but most men have felt that in some degree.
Yeah.
Where we feel helpless, like we're not doing as good as we could because our expectations were different than others.
Yeah.
And this podcast has been able to teach me how to communicate better with my wife and everyone, and also have hundreds of guests on where I just showed you Zachary Levi, who played Shazam and Chuck and stuff. He wanted to die.
Yeah.
He wanted to kill himself, and he decided he was shaking, and he knew something was about to happen, and so it scared him so bad that he decided to check into a clinic, and because of that saved his life. And then he got Shazam, but he started Nerd HQ, and so we help Nerd HQ. That's anyone who needs therapy. It's for free. It's not for free, but we pay for it, or people who donate pay for it.
Yeah.
And just everyone is struggling in some sort of, and they need to know that it's okay.
Right.
It's okay. Like, take a deep breath. We're going to get through this together, and you don't have to suffer in silence.
Right.
Like, men will shut the door. They're like, and they use the excuse like, I told my wife once, and she just got it. Like, a lot of times, you'll say something to your wife, and she'll take offense to it, thinking you're blaming her. Guys don't know how to communicate.
Right.
We have always been told subconsciously, whether it be through coaches, walk it off, you're okay, all this, or don't cry about it, or something like that. We've been told, don't talk, don't communicate about your feelings.
Yeah.
Thus, when we
Suck
try to
it up, man it up, man
and
up.
thus when we try to communicate our feelings, we can't. We don't know how to. So the best way we know how to do it is kind of express our feelings, and it almost feels like you're attacking.
Yeah. Almost feels like anger.
Yeah, and it's not, and that's not the case.
Yeah.
It's just we don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the guys will use the excuse, well, I told her, and then they took offense to it, and I'm not ever going to, she shut me down, I'm never going to do it again.
Yeah.
It's a talent.
Yeah.
So the wife and the husband need to work on that together. And so hopefully through the podcast and through your podcast and through your podcast and everyone else's is that they learn that they're not alone. It's a skill set. And you guys can get through this. You can get through anything.
Yeah.
You've lived your hardest days.
Yeah. So what doors has this opened? Have you had men reach out and say, wow?
We've had hundreds
Yeah.
And there are days where, like Logan and I would say a year into it, we didn't want to do it. It was just another thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It
No,
was just,
I know what it.
yeah,
I
it
know.
was just another
Yeah.
thing. It was like we were getting like 80 people listening a week
Yeah.
at the most.
And you were just like, is this worth our time? And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I felt we kept working through it, just because Logan and I were getting something out of it.
Yeah.
Our children and wife were getting something out of it.
Yeah.
We were growing and building a skill set that I didn't know I needed. So we continued, and now we get about 150 to 200,000 a week, and
That's awesome.
just on Spotify alone,
Yeah.
that's about 40% of our listener base, and
Yeah.
because of it, we've had retreats. We've sometimes men will call us, and I don't know if I should say this out loud. Will say goodbye to us.
Oh.
And they're Copper John's customers too. And so I know how to get a hold of them.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's legal or not.
Yeah.
But like a guy, one of my, he's turned out to be an amazing kid. He's a kid. He's 20.
Yeah.
He lives in Ireland. And he said goodbye to us, that he loved us, but this isn't our fault that we're doing that. I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Well, we were called. It was Logan's anniversary. I was on a date. I had one that I had to call in Louisiana for a health check, and he called Ireland for a health check, and we got the police there and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
We get those, and because of that, we're Stand for Kind, and we've been trained now for suicide awareness, suicide prevention. Joe has gave me training, so we better understand and better equipped
Yeah.
to handle that stuff.
Yeah. I had one of those just 2 weeks ago on our website.
Scary.
But just through Instagram, and there was no way to contact him
Yeah.
except try and keep the conversation going. But yeah, you don't know what to do.
No, and so, but because of all this, like you've reached out, and I'm so grateful for that, and I feel like we're making we're changing people's lives, even though it's slow.
Yeah.
I think people realize that you and I and all of us are the same. We all go through our own crap,
Right.
and just because your level and my level are different doesn't make them any different.
Right.
Meaning, like, my heart is still hard, your heart is still hard, and you can still get through it. It
Yeah.
doesn't make it easy,
Yeah. but
you can get through it,
Yeah.
and we can do it together.
Right. So tell me about these retreats.
Yeah, so I really believe in the 4 pillars: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual.
Okay.
I really believe that is like the pillars for a good, strong foundation of mental health. So, like, I've lost 90 pounds, Logan's lost 50. And so I think physical exercise is really important, taking care of yourself. But also just having fun. And so we do these retreats, and we do everything. We went to Belize, and we went to the most sacred cave in the world. It's called ATM, sorry. And cave, and it's a Mayan cave. Back in the day, where the Mayas were called Maya. I didn't know that.
Okay.
That Maya are the people, Mayans is the language. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, don't hurt me.
Yeah.
But no, Maya. So we went in, and they were talking, and they believe in the tree of life. I'm not wearing my necklace. It's the tree of life. But where you have the upper, the trees and all the branches, everything is the celestial.
Yes.
Then the trunk is the earth, and then the roots are the underworld. And they felt like the caves were to get to the underworld.
Oh.
And the rain god was in the underworld. And I thought it was funny that the rain god was named Chuck.
Oh,
Dead
interesting.
serious. But it was 6 hours. It was an intense. In America, I don't think it would be legal.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. Like what we did. I'm like,
Yeah.
we
Like
could
too
do
much liability.
Yeah. But like we had to swim to get in there, and
wow.
the things that we had to climb with no harnesses. Were, but the way they did the food sacrifices, and they talked about why they did that, and then they went into the bloodletting, and then they had to continue going where the water was.
Yeah.
And then they had a famine, and they're like, okay, we had to continue going, and the bloodletting wasn't working, so we're going to do human sacrifices. And it just kept going further and further into the cave until where you get to it, and there's you can see the skeletal remains. You can see the children's fingers and skulls, and you can see the 3 rocks that symbolize the tree of life. You can see all these things there, and the thing that I took out of that was the most powerful moment, is chaos. People do so much when they can't think because of desperation. And I really took that to the point where, and I talked about this with the guys. It's just like, guys, when we're so desperate, when it either comes from finances, like we're not doing it, or you feel like you're hopeless and you're just so desperate, just take a step back, take a deep breath, and think through this. And sometimes when you're in that moment, I've been in a moment where Logan has saved my life. Where I've never been triggered like this before. And the word trigger triggers me. But we had Bryce Walker on. He played Utah State.
Right.
He is 6'9", 6'10", 410 pounds. The guy's massive. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that reel where he lifted me up, rocking me like a baby.
I don't think I saw that one.
I just want to be picked up and loved on. Will you do it?
And he did it.
I was like, holy crap, I'm 300 pounds, man. But he did that. But he was talking about all his injuries, but then they were talking about the Dallas Cowboys defensive end who just died by suicide. And he was 24. And it was because of his financial situation, because he was in betting and stuff like that. And next thing I know, my mind spiraled. It just hit. I'd never done that before. And I knew how I was going to die. I knew when I was going to die. I knew what I was going to do. I had the videos all. This is all why they're talking in my like. If you watch the podcast, I'm gone. I knew the videos I was going to do when I knew the medicine was going to take to actually hit and make it work.
Because at the time you were feeling super down, or
no?
Why?
I just felt like it was right. Like I had been in I still am a very stressful state. Because there's a lot going on and we're on the precipice of everything, but it's not hitting yet. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's gotten to the point where you're just like, is this worth it? It felt that way. And all of a sudden I just spiraled. And then after Logan, I love you. And he could tell something was wrong. He called me and I told him everything because I knew I was in the right headspace, but I also knew this was real. And I talked to him and I was like, Logan, I'm done. I'm sorry. He's like, well, what are you going to do with your wife? And I'm like, she'll find someone better. And then Logan, and he's like, well, what about me? I'm like, dude, I'm holding you back. And all this was real. Like,
you start
this
to
was
believe
all
that in your head.
sincere. Like, this was all like 100% I believed. And anyway, he talked me all the way through until I got to my lab because we make everything. And he called my wife and she met me and she was just crying and everything. And it was just like, that was weird. Even when you feel like you're okay, sometimes things happen.
Things hit. And it's like that.
And I'm grateful that I was able to communicate because of the skill sets that we're learning. But not everyone has that. And so...
So how do you do therapy personally? And how do you feel about therapy?
I do. I think so. So there's different types of therapy.
And was it just since then or?
No. So, yeah, I've shared this. This is what's coming out on Tuesday or on Monday. My daughter, when we started Copper Johns, she tried to take her life. She attempted 3 times. And I won't say how or anything like that, but it really, really destroyed us.
How old?
She was 14, and it lasted until she was about 19. She's 19 now, and everything is wonderful. But she, to make it really quick, she was mean. She was horrible to be around.
Mad and mean.
And she made me question everything. And then when we started doing group therapies, because she was survived, and she went for Center to Change in Orem. And when we're hearing little family therapy, me and my wife and her, she said some things that just hit my soul to the point where I'm like, all my insecurities, she knew them and she hit them. And so I decided, you know what, I need to go to therapy for her. And so I started therapy, and the first question he asked, I answered, and I'm like, but that's not why I'm here. He's like, that's exactly why you're here. And he's like, you're not here for her. You're here for yourself, and you need to be here for yourself. And by helping yourself, you will be there for your family better and stronger. So true. And so I've been doing therapy for about 5 years, but I only did therapy, like the traditional therapy for 2 years. And then I'm working with Brock from Category 1. He is neuromastery. So it's different. So basically, I feel like therapy get you out of reverse.
Yeah.
And put you into neutral. But there's only so much where I can say, hey, I'm struggling.
Yeah.
Now it's like, hey, you're struggling. We know why. Let's understand them. And so basically it's like, it's a lot of meditation where you go in and you actually meet your sorrow. I know it sounds weird to say out loud, but like you're depressed or you're sad or you're feeling anxious. You go in and like you actually think about why you're anxious and you give that anxious a name and you talk to it and say, thank you so much for protecting me. I don't need you anymore.
Right.
And so you learn to start forgiving yourself. You learn to start understanding your emotions, that your emotions aren't bad. Your emotions are there to help you and to protect you. And at one time, you needed that. And so, but after a while, you don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
You're not in that situation anymore. And so you need to learn how to let it go. And so that neuromastery helps you understand how to let it go.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what Logan and I both are doing right now with Category 1.
Yeah. And do you feel like it has been helpful?
Significantly.
Yeah.
Because it helps me understand like my kids. So when they're struggling, like my daughter because of the situation with my other daughter, who she was mean to all the kids. Like, you're ugly, you're pathetic. And just, everything that she
because
felt
of
about
whatever
herself,
was going,
she told everyone. And so my other daughter has a negative self-image about herself. Like, she's ugly, she's not worth it, because she was told for so long.
Yeah.
And I've talked to her a lot about this, just one-on-one, where I'm just like, we did something. This is done by Jens. His name is Jens, and he is a stud. He has a PhD in psychology, and basically he goes and anyone listening, get a piece of paper and push pause. Get a piece of paper. I'm going to tell you. This is really, really cool. Okay, so the first thing that you do is you write down I love, and then you figure out a person that you absolutely love, and figure out a quality that you love about that person.
Okay.
So, for instance, I chose my dad, and I loved he was gentle. That was the quality that I absolutely loved about my dad. That he was just the most gentle person, and he really is. And then I wrote 6 traits of what gentleness meant to me with my dad, and I'm like, I'm loving, kind, gentle, not gentle, a big hug. And I wrote 6 things about that. And when I did that, he goes, we seek and we love the things about people that are familiar, not that are different. Meaning, I love my dad's gentleness because it's familiar. And so when I read it, and I read it as I am a big hug, it hit me. And so I did that to my daughter. And I'm like, Ellie, like, let's do this. I have an idea. And we did this as a whole family, and she chose my wife, and because she's beautiful. Yeah. And then when she did it with her daughter, when she said, I chose mom, and this is what, she's beautiful, and she read it, and then I told her, just, this is because it's familiar to you. And she said, I am. She broke down. I've never seen her do that, and she just started crying because she knew it was true. And that's what neuromastery does to me. It allows me to be able to communicate better with my kids and myself, and help understand our emotions rather than just understand the problem.
Oh, I love that. So you said something when I asked you if you go to therapy, you said, I did it for my daughter. So that's huge, because I think that is the stumbling block for most men. I don't need therapy for me, but your daughter got you to do it. So how do we get men to get therapy for themselves? Because they feel like, with my own husband, it was like, well, I should be able to fix that problem myself. I don't want to go spend time or money, family money, on myself to go do the therapy. But yeah, how do we get them to take that step?
So Danny Bates was on our podcast, and her husband died by suicide too. And a lot of people don't believe in what she says, but she says, women, be selfish. Guilt trip them. All this kind of stuff, because she said, I'd rather make him feel guilty and still be here than not. And a lot of the thing is like I had to go to the gym for myself. Yeah. No one could force me to go to the gym. Like, there's a certain thing where you're just like, I don't want to go. Yeah. And you don't go, or you go and you're just like, eh. That's the same thing with therapy. You have to want to go. So
you have to want to change. You have to.
But if it's the finances, it's, I love you, bro.
Yeah.
Or another men's support group that is
Or
free.
if it's the finances, it's our foundation too. We'll pay for
I
the
didn't know that.
Yeah, that's a big thing. So we will pay for the for any therapy. So
There you go.
Yeah.
So what did Joe say? Joe created this. 90% of men believe that mental health is as important as physical health, but only 27% of people actually do it.
so true. They go to the gym 80% or more of the time than they would go to help their mental
So
health.
how do you get them? A lot of it's religion. A lot of it is time. A lot of it is finances. A lot is about judgment. Because a lot of guys will hold stuff back. Like a lot of people leave religion specifically because I've done something rather than saying, my bad.
Yeah.
And they'll live with the guilt instead of just trying to relieve themselves of it or understanding why they have that guilt. And I think the way we do it is continually just showing them what we're doing right now. And showing them that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, that there is hope, that it's not weak to speak, and then it's okay.
Well, like even just seeing examples like you and Logan that, hey, they go to therapy.
Yeah.
They're also laughing and having a great time, but they have some things inside that need to be.
Well, that's what you said about Belize.
Yeah.
We did everything. Like we did a lot of things that were fun. And that's okay. You need to laugh.
Yeah.
You need to have fun, but you also
Yeah.
can be serious and I
Mm-hmm.
love you, bro.
Tell us about I Love You, Bro. How did you find Joe?
Joe found us.
Okay.
Joe found us, and I'm grateful that he did. We actually went to
And Joe is the
Guys.
founder of I Love You, Bro.
Yeah. We went to Five Guys, and he said, "Hey, I need you guys," and so we're on his board and everything like that. And dude, he's been amazing. He's the most real person, and
selfless.
Yeah.
All the time he gives
yeah.
to the
So
program.
I went to Kaysville for a while because he asked me to, and then
So there's a Kaysville group,
there's 12 groups, and there's soon to be Arizona and Idaho too.
12 groups total, and he just keeps spreading them. So
So Logan and I were going to create a men's group like I Love You Bro. We
Yeah.
didn't know I Love You Bro existed. And then we found out about it, and we're like, Dad Bods is going to promote I Love You Bro
yeah,
because it is going to go nationwide, and that's
Yeah.
what we wanted.
yeah,
It just will take time because there's a lot of, with anything nonprofit,
Yeah.
you have to do it in
Right.
every state, and it takes time.
yeah.
But he introduced me to some things that I didn't know, just how, like, the way he talks to men. When I became a group facilitator, I had to learn a lot. I had to take some classes, but then I had to go facilitate with him there, so that the state would be cool and all that kind of stuff. And someone came up with something, and it's the 3 rules are: keep it here, keep it respectful, keep it clean.
Okay.
So I'm going to keep it here, meaning I'm not going to explain what
Yeah.
they said, but they said something, and I'm like, oh no, I have no idea what to say.
Oh, yeah, because you're thinking I'm the group facilitator.
Yeah. And Joe knew, he could see it. He's like, how many of you guys have felt this way? Just by raising
Put it right back on them, yeah.
How many of you guys have felt this way? And everyone raised their hand. Like, buddy, you're not alone.
Yeah,
And I'm like, holy crap. That's an amazing response.
yeah,
Because I'm sitting here as a guy used to being like, I have to fix this.
yeah,
You don't have to fix it. You just have to hear him and show him that we all have empathy. We understand you. And so I Love You, Bro is just a group of men who have volunteered their time to come and be friends with everyone and listen to their hardships, listen to their wins, because we talk about a win every week. We talk. The first thing we do is, what's your win this week? And then the next is, okay, what's on your guys' mind? Why are you here? And so and there's been times where we didn't talk about a hard thing.
yeah.
And I actually called Joe after. I'm like, we just had a good time. He's
Yeah.
like, dude, that happens
That's
sometimes.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What if a guy is nervous to come in? Because Joe said about like when it first started, about 7 out of 10 people would stay in their car and then they drive away because they didn't dare to come in.
Yeah.
So what if they're like finally coming in, but they're not wanting to say much? Can they just kind of sit and listen?
100%.
Yeah.
No, it's never mandatory to talk. I will say.
And what does it look like? Like, so we have the Ogden one. Where's it at?
It's in between the Raptor Stadium and like the Megaplex in Ogden, and it's called Youth Impact Center.
Okay. I know
So
right where that is.
Mondays, it's funny because we're on the side of the building. They have a women's rollerball practice in the main. So the guys will go there and they're like, wait, what? And then they'll have to come on the side.
Yeah.
And it's dark.
Yeah.
But they'll walk in and there's treats, there's drinks. You'll get a hug right when you get in. It doesn't matter who you are.
I do remember Joe said, we just give hugs. We just hug them and they just
guys will come for
they
that.
just, sometimes they're real stiff, but by the end they kind of melt into it.
No, they do. And then what's really cool about this, and that's why I said in the Belize trip and stuff like that, we asked the wives to leave. Because when you introduce females into the group, men will shut up.
Yeah. And why is that?
Because we've been trained not to be weak in front of women. Yeah. And they feel like talking is weak. But now I'll talk to anyone. It's not a big deal at all. Yeah. But it's a skill set. Yeah. But
they're just not used to it.
Yeah.
It feels
100% they're not used to it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we'll say, hey, introduce yourself, and they'll introduce themselves. And then we'll say, we'll have an icebreaker question. It's the weirdest thing, but there's the fun. It's like, what's your favorite movie? And everyone will go around talking about their favorite movie, or what's your favorite lunch? Something really simple that will just get them talking. Yeah. And then we'll say, what's your win? And some people skip, but most people will actually, as they come, they're like, I was thinking about my win before I came in. And they'll tell us, and it's so cool. Some of these wins, like there's a gentleman there that, dude, he's self-inflicted rough life. Like self-inflicted rough life. Like
just makes the same kind of things over and over.
Yeah, holy crap. And again, keep it here, so I'm not saying anything. Yeah. But he has wins after wins since coming here. And you can see his countenance, just everything just starting to shine. Yeah. And it's so much fun to see. And these guys will see this, and then next thing you'll go is, okay, why are you here? And no one has to talk. But they always do. Because they feel the love. They feel like it's okay. Yeah. And then some people will share their deepest, darkest secrets with us, and because they know they're safe, and it's just amazing. It's when people realize that they're safe, the things that will be said, and the love. Because when you have, I can only speak for men. When men have a safe place, that love for each other intensifies, especially when you share something that you've never shared with anyone, that you've held in for 20 years, which has happened. The love that you have for that person, for trusting you to say that, there's no judgment. There's only love. And it's just like, dude, I'm so glad you told me.
And it releases for them, like, okay, I can be my authentic self now.
Like I got chills. Literally. I really do, because it means that much to me. It's just, and everyone feels that way. It's not just just everyone who comes to my Ogden group. It's always they just know they're loved no matter what.
So does the guy have to sign up for it? Do they just show up? How does it work? Okay.
So it is. So Joe is very specific on checking in. Yeah. So we'll have questionnaires because he wants to know why you're there. Meaning, do you have suicide idealization, or are you there because you're on a breakup, or are you depressed? But he doesn't need to know anything that you don't want to say. But basically, he wants to know what to cater to, because he'll have classes. Yeah. Free classes and free clinics for everyone, breath work. And so we'll ask you to check in. But that's it. You don't have to sign up for anything. You just come, and hopefully you come again. But usually, if you come the first one time, you're
really
hooked.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask my second question. So most of the time, if you come the first time, you're going to come back.
Oh, 100%.
Just be like, I got to get to my Monday night group with guys.
Yeah. And what's funny is like the guy I was telling you about who was self-inflicted. He was super, super sick, and he's like, I had to come. Yeah. And then it's just like some guys just this is their therapy. This is.
And no one there is a therapist.
No one's a therapist.
It's just your average men getting together and talking about their.
Some guys
things.
just come to connect.
Yeah.
Because they don't have that anywhere else.
So if a dad right now is out there feeling completely alone, overwhelmed, burdened, what do you tell them?
Take 30 minutes, go walk. Just a walk. Clear your head. There's so many good apps out there that has positive self-talk. Do
you have any recommendations?
Yes. I'll tell you.
Okay.
I was listening to it on the way here.
Yeah.
We 90%. So we think 60,000 words an hour. 90% of those are negative. Out of that 90%, 70% of them are subconscious. So 70% of what we're listening to of that night is all subconscious negative thoughts that we give ourselves. So and it's all things like we've heard no, what did they say? No, millions and millions of times by the time we get out of high school. And so we've been limited so much. And so we give ourselves all these negative self-talks.
Yeah.
And so as we give ourselves positive self-talk, even if we're just listening to it, we're training our brain new neural pathways to be able to communicate to ourselves. Like, I am a good person.
Yeah.
I am loving.
Yeah.
And as you listen to it, there's no room for the negative self-talk. And so it trains your brain to do it.
Strange,
So
yeah.
I've learned so much, but the one that I really like is called Inner Tune. Inner Tune, INNERTUNE. And it's really, really good. And I actually listen to it when I work out.
Yeah.
And
you feel just all motivated and ready to go by the end.
I do. And they say 21 days until you kind of notice a difference. And you notice that it's working when you start fighting with yourself.
Yeah.
When you're feeling the negative self-talk and then you notice that you're doing it.
Yeah.
That's when you know it's working.
Okay. So what got you when did you write the book? And what's the book about? Tell us about that.
So with my daughter and with my family, I've learned what it feels like to feel like a failure, what it feels like to feel like I'm not good enough, what it feels like to feel like I can't move, I can't go forward. And because of those thoughts, it's so important to me that men know that they're not alone in those thoughts, that there's a way through it. And so I've had 12 guys help me write it, all from different aspects of life, all different professions. And we talk about the things that you don't know. Like when you have a baby, your wife has a baby, you go through a hormone change too.
Yeah.
And you become softer on purpose. And no one tells you that.
Yeah.
It's physiological, like it happens. But we talk about relationships with men and how important those are. We talk about our finances and open communication. We talk about jobs. We talk about pretty much anything you can think of. Like I have James Dixon on there, who was born, who he couldn't walk, and his parents disowned him. And he eventually, had his leg amputated and put a prosthetic on, and he is one of the best motivational speakers. I have Corey Bonner, who he owns a multi-billion-dollar industry, property management, and he failed at a firefighter. And he didn't know what to do. And he just decided, I'm going to go work for this guy who does property management and ended up loving it. Yeah. And talks about that. Logan is in there where he talked about his bipolar and how he was able to get over and thrive with it. I have Sean, who is the biggest, Sean Finnegan, who is the biggest networker you'll ever meet, and how important it is to have those relationships. Yeah. I have a doctor in there. He's a doctor who misdiagnosed someone right at the very beginning of his career, and how hard that was to get over. I have a guy who was addicted to drugs, who lost his family, who went to jail, and now is thriving. So I have all these people with all different types of backgrounds that it's like, and every chapter has them in it because it's specifically towards that. So that they just know that they're not alone. Yeah. And I tell them at the very beginning, I'm not a therapist. This is just some of the ideas that I've gone through. Yeah. And so I'll have them, and then I get 5 takeaways, and then I say, out of these takeaways, this is how you do it. And so it's more of a workbook than anything. Yeah, and then at the end of every chapter, I have questions, open-ended questions for them to meditate on, to think about, to work through. So
I think it would have been really helpful for my husband to have something like that, because that was his biggest thing. He was like, I feel really alone in what I'm going through. Like in his mind, he must be the only one going through that. Do you know what I mean? And sorry. So I just feel like, for him to go to a group, whether he would or not walk in the door, would have been huge, to just be like, oh, there's all these men. And I love how you say you gathered all these men from every walk of life. Yeah. To show sometimes it's not circumstantial, like my husband was an orthodontist. We had good things going in our family. It wasn't like this big thing. It was just these. So he's like, I don't have a reason to be, to feel this way. But it's like, sometimes, it's just the pressures of life.
And the pressures they weigh on you.
And trauma that you've grown up with or whatever that comes all of a sudden to, all these things that are weighing on you. So.
And that's why I'm so grateful for Logan. I don't think I would be here.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry your husband didn't have that.
Yeah.
And I do know, though, that we're here now. And mental health is not a stigma anymore.
Yeah.
It's just now we know it's important. Now we just got to do it.
Well, you're awesome for normalizing the conversation for men to be like, it is okay. So what is in closing here, what would you say to men who are struggling here in Ogden or anywhere where there is a group nearby? How do you...
Don't be afraid. We've had, it's sad. I want to go reach out to them in their car, but Joe's like, you can't. They have to take the first step.
They have to take the first step.
And, but if you I have to live it sometimes.
Yeah.
Where, meaning like, I will be so down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I got to man up and talk to my wife.
Yeah.
And it's funny, is like manning up is having an open dialogue conversation with your wife, where you used to be thinking man up means you shut up and just suck it up and don't tell her or anything like that. But wives know. Yeah. They're not stupid.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And so just go talk. Even if it's just someone, go to a safe place, go walk, go think. There's so many things that you can do, but I tell you what, I love you, bro. Reach out to me on Instagram, reach out to you on Instagram. I'll give you all the information. Yeah. And we will be there. I'm there every week, no matter what.
Well, we'll put all your links on the notes. And you are so approachable. That's nice. Not intimidating. Just so for any men out there that are like, I don't know if I could do it. Do it. Yes. Like go in and you will find a safe place there and be welcomed. And everyone,
there's all.
And nobody's looking at you like,
all
what
different
are you
colors,
doing?
creeds, everything is in there in our group, and they're all welcome and loved. And there's zero. Believe me, you haven't done anything that these guys haven't done. Yeah. And you are loved and welcomed, and zero judgment. Okay. I love that. Well, do you have any last words for us here? No, thank you so much. We need to get you on ours.
Yeah.
I think it would be to get your...
Well, I just love that all these groups are empowering each other to, like I say, normalize the conversation and bring mental health for men especially to the forefront, because it gets pushed down.
It's really sad, but it does. Yeah. And it's usually self-inflicted to us. Yeah. I think women need to allow men to... How do I put this? Women need to understand we don't have that skill set yet, and so please don't take offense when we say something that that's not what was intended. Right. And I think that's why the marriage that we're going to do next year, the retreat is just helping women understand that we love you. Yeah. And we never mean
and we want to support
you, but we need you
to understand us. Yeah,
and vice versa too. It's just like women sometimes just because their emotions are heightened.
Oh yeah, when my husband was struggling, he was really kind, but he was like would go distant, and I was just like, what? Yeah. Like I would take it personally, like he's going downstairs all the time, or he doesn't want to be around me, but it was because he hated to be weak in front of me. Oh, he didn't want to. He wanted to be my rock. Like
I used to think I was an introvert. Yeah, it was depression.
Yeah,
I thought I hated people.
Yeah,
no. Yeah, and I'm sorry that he had to go through that. Yeah, it sucks.
I am too. But if we can change it we got to speak up, because I don't want this to happen to other families. So that's my motivation behind it. But anyway, I appreciate you being here, and this has been awesome. So thank you so much for coming.